Hey, Mouse. So, welcome back to Favorite from Friday. For the first case for this week, we are going to South Korea. For this case, we have a serial killer. She is not as well known. I literally found out about her through our first source, and most information that I got on our killer is through our first source. So, of course, shout out to them. And so, with that being said, I'm going to give what I could publicly find on this case, because considering it's another international case, you can imagine I didn't find as much as I would had this been an American serial killer, probably. And so with that being said, I'm gonna quit my rambling and let's go and get started. So Kim Sunja, we don't have an actual birthday on her, but her year of birth, at least, is said to be like 1939. And so she wound up getting married. I don't have the husband's or the kids' names, which I mean, considering what she would do later on, I can understand that they don't want to be publicly like known to have been associated with her at one point. I completely don't blame them for this. So basically, she was a housewife. She stayed at home, watched the kids, because apparently that was like, that's traditional over there. That's what you do. And then the husband, he's a painter. He's doing honest work, but it's not making much. And so despite not having a lot of money, Kim would go into a gambling addiction, presumably with his money, because again, she's a housewife, so she's not working at all. So on Halloween night, 1986, our character Kim, she invites another Kim guy one to basically a sauna. And apparently they go to the sauna, they hang out, and they get there by like 10 p.m. So like it's late. But of course they don't celebrate Halloween like they do. Like, you know how we celebrate Halloween over here in the States? Apparently they didn't really celebrate over there. Because again, this is South Korea. Because again, so of course there's cultural differences. And so as they're leaving, that's best of what time they're leaving, but they're leaving, and then apparently our Kim basically gives Kim to a Sang Gata, which apparently was like a popular drink at the time. And so of course the friend, she takes it because it's her friend, and I assume this friend liked the drink, so she accepted the offer. She took the drink. Unfortunately, after drinking said drink, she would start foaming at the mouth. She's of course rushed to the hospital and winds up dying there. Basically, an autopsy was never done on her because over there in South Korea, autopsies are considered taboo. So then on April 4th, 1987, so a whole practical like 6 months later, Kim would basically ask Jeon Suja to go get some money, and apparently Kim owes Soon like $6,000, so they get on a bus. Well, that's $6,000 US, so yeah. So they get on a bus, presumably to go get the money that Kim owed Sunja, and then of course Sunja gets the same drink offered by Kim. Soon collapses on the bus in front of other people, and then dies. And the family did not do an autopsy, and the case was closed. On February 10th, 1998, Kim would apparently call up Kim Sunja to basically like come collect, like, hey, this person owes me money and I owe you money, so can you come with me so I can go collect my money, and whatever I owe you, you get right then and there. And I guess Kim Sunja agreed to this, and so I guess Kim B, because that's what she's referred to as in documents, because they have the same first names, Kim B. They go to Shinadong, and they basically go there, and of course there is no person that owes Kim any money. She's making this up, but of course Kim B doesn't know this. So of course Kim has to pretend that the person who owes the money didn't show up. So let's go get a taxi and come back home. So Kim B's like, okay. Of course, again, Kim offers Kim B the drink. She takes it. She doesn't feel well. She gets out the taxi. I'm gonna go in my own taxi. Let's go our separate ways for the night. So I guess she knew something was up. So then Kim would eventually go to Kim B's house and would eventually actually pay her back the $1,000 that she owed her. So the following month, in March of 1988, Kim is on the bus with her 73-year-old father, offers him a drink, claiming he needs to boost his energy, because obviously 73 years old, you naturally don't have a lot of energy. Then he takes it, foams at the mouth, dies. You're starting to see a pattern here, obviously, with this drink. And then his death was with a heart attack, because again, he's 73, that's elderly, he just passed, like it was his time, that's what they said. So then, of course, Kim requests an immediate cremation. And in the following month, Kim has a sister's not named, but they have a sister, same dad. They're talking about the death of their father, because their father just passed the month prior. And apparently, Kim owes her sister like 10 million won, which is the currency that they have over there, right? So then, obviously, that's a lot of money. So they're talking about it, they're discussing it. Kim gives sister a drink, sister drinks it, foams in the mouth, dies. And her death is also ruled natural causes. In August of 1988, so we're staying in 1988 for this one. Kim apparently had a sister-in-law called Sun T1, and she was calling her saying, hey, I want to buy this house, but which obviously anybody knows that buying a house is not a cheap purchase. But like, look, I want to buy this house, but I'm short like apparently $4,804 US. That's the amount that she gave to her sister-in-law. Whereas you got other sources saying that apparently she's a cousin, and apparently she owed said sister like 484 million won, which I kind of believe the first source more, because like, who do you know that just casually has like almost $500 million? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with all that? So yeah, but the sources are conflicting as to what her role is. But apparently she would tell her like, hey, since you did chip in, if you chip in, of course, and his house goes up in value, you will of course get a cut since you did contribute. So I guess sister-in-law, cousin, whatever she is, thought that it was a good idea, because they proceed to meet at a cafe, and that's where the woman proceeds to give her a check for the money. So then the sister at a cafe, apparently she ordered coffee while she's there, because that's what you do when you're at a cafe. And despite having coffee, our Kim would proceed to offer her a drink. And then of course, apparently they rode the bus back together, and she died on the bus on the way back home. So then of course police, they're connecting all these suspicious deaths, and like these people are dying on a bus in public places, things that add up. So luckily they're able to convince her husband to get an autopsy, even though I said it's taboo over there. So they convince him, and they find the poison that's killing all these people. So then of course they connect it all back to Kim, because all these people knew Kim, so she's like the common factor in all this. Obviously she denies everything. Everybody except the dad, because remember the dad was cremated. Everybody that had been buried, we obviously go exhume their bodies. All of them have cyanide in them. Police go do a search of Kim's house. They then find jewelry from the victims that had died, and the check that she just got from the last victim. No poison was found at first, but there was a female officer that would go use an outside bathroom, like actually go use the bathroom, and she saw a crack in there. They look, it didn't belong there. So she goes and checks it, and good thing that she did, because that's where the cyanide was found. So then of course Kim obviously confesses once they found the cyanide in there, because who you know where they just casually has cyanide on them. And she's convicted of 5 murders, because there's like 5 confirmed victims that we know of that were of Kim's doing. So in 1989, she gets sentenced to death, and then like the day before New Year's Eve, I think like December 30th, she along with 22 other people are executed. And it's said that those were like the last executions of South Korea. So yeah, that is the case of Kim Sunja. Like I said, not a very well-known serial killer. If you somehow were aware of the serial killer, definitely let me know. I hope I was able to present this in a way that was very understanding. Sources down below as always. I literally only have 2 for this case. If you have any more like international serial killers, I guess, definitely let me know. So with that being said, I cover fatal females 3 times every week. Subscribe for more fatal females, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!